Hi, my name is Grace Shalom Hopkins and welcome to another episode of Spin Weekly. Today we are natural dyeing with Woad. Woad is the blue of my people and I am enthusiastic, so stay tuned. So, Woad is a very cool dye. It works similarly to indigo, and what happens is you put it in the vat and you balance it out with these chemicals and it goes from not a blue, which is what you would expect from an acid dye, but in a natural dye like Woad or indigo, it turns kind of a yellow, brown, green color, and then the top goes like a metallic purple. It's so freaking cool. Now, it does take a lot more preparation effort than acid dyes, and there are some noxious fumes that you have to deal with, which most people do this outside, but it's the middle of the winter and it was snowing, so I did it inside with my windows open, which probably was just as cold as doing it outside. So yeah, also, I did not keep my dye vat active because I bought a very small amount of woad, just enough for the Patreon February people. But you could buy a larger amount and just let it ferment and use it over and over and over again because it kind of self-sustains, which is really cool. Acid dyes do not do that. So yeah, I am excited to show you how this worked. If you are interested in the voiceover with all of my thoughts and kind of research, which this is not a how-to video, this is just my personal exploration of the thing. So yeah, you can find that voiceover on the Patreon if you're a Patreon patron. If you're not, you can join for as little as $1 a month, which is super affordable at $12 a year if you want to stay on for a year. And then you get all of the voiceover videos and sometimes music videos like last week's unboxing. You guys know I talk really fast and then I get out of breath when I'm excited. So I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, was that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? Like, if you are not familiar with natural dyes, did you not have your socks blown away with like freaking awesomeness? If you are familiar with natural dyes, I'm sure you're probably like, dude, I know, where have you been? Like, what world have you been living on that you have literally never tried this before, and you've been in the fiber community for like almost 10 years now? It's like 9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Almost 11. That little moment aside there, in almost 11 years of being in the wool community, I've not tried natural dye, and that's because early on in my career, I read this whole article, which I now know to be basically a rant, about how natural dyes are terrible for the environment. They're incredibly dangerous. They're not effective. If you even want to be a professional, you need to use the acid dyes or the synthetics. And I didn't know anything about anything because it was early on. And so that really stuck with me, and I never did any more research, and I don't know why. Because herbs and crunchiness are my jam. But fast forward to recently, and I've started reading natural dye books and following a lot of natural dye accounts on Instagram and really falling in love with it. And so, yeah, for February, because it's Brigid's month, I wanted to go back to my personal roots and the roots of Brigid and pick up Woad, which is one of the oldest dyes known to man and very, very integral into the Celtic and Viking cultures. So that's where we have the Woad coming in. That's my inspiration there. And then the Falkland base that I used, the Falkland Islands are in that area, so I wanted to go with a relatively isolated Celtic-y, British-y wool. So that's that. Yeah, so I would love to hear your dye recommendations, any books or resources or shops or tips or anything regarding natural dyes. Let me know in the comment section down below, because I am seeping myself in this natural dye knowledge. Now, I am planning, I have to, for my herbalism school that I'm taking, you guys know I'm a student midwife, and part of that for me personally is to become a herbalist. I may or may not go the path of clinical herbalism. Clinical herbalism requires an apprenticeship similar to midwifery, so I don't know if that's in the cards for me, but it might be. I think that would be really awesome to be a clinical herbalist as well as a midwife, but I really would like to focus on self-service pharmacy, like farm with an F-A-R-M. And then doing a lot of community work and foraging and things like that. All that to say, I have to make a garden for my herb school that I'm enrolled in. Duh. And I would really like to do a dyer's garden as part of it. So I've got it kind of divided into a few different sections. I have a woodland environment at my parents' house where I'll be during the growing season. And yeah, there's a lot of really interesting dyers, herbs, and plants that will grow well in that environment. So I hope to keep you guys updated there as well. So yeah, I think I've covered everything. And yes. Oh, I said in the voiceover, but I didn't say here, the plant material, the woad and the different chemical compounds I got from Yarn Tree, and I have linked them down below, and I thought they were really cool, and it was her instructions that I followed, and you can see the little paper in the video that's from her. They come with the woad powder. It was very fast and speedy, and I'm hashtag not sponsored, but would like to be sponsored. Send me all of your products, really, I'll try all of them. By the Yarn Tree, but I really enjoyed their service. So check them out if you're interested in using what I used or any other kind of natural dye. They have a lot of different options and they're quite affordable. You can buy them in small amounts. So now I think that's it. Yep, Thinking? Nope, don't think of anything more. So, as usual, a huge thank you to our Patreon people for supporting this. A huge thank you for everyone who's bought a spinning wheel. Somebody just sent me a picture of their very first yarn they had on a polywog from me. That's so cool. And a big thank you to everybody who likes, subscribes, and comments. You guys are awesome, and I will see you next time. Bye!